Hello, everybody. It's Michael Finkley with The Michael Finkley Show.
And I'm Nicole with Conversations with Nicole. You can join me Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on all of my streaming platforms.
Well, Nikki, don't forget about The Michael Finkley Show, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CTR Media Network.
Join us.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Prince Hortboom and I play Jacob in Fate Seduction, and you guys are watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, imagine going on a family birthday trip and the unthinkable happens.
So on July 6th, which was my oldest son's 17th birthday, we lost both our sons, ages 12 and 17, on that particular day.
Hello again, founder Dominique McFarland tells her story. Next Finkley.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. 'Cause I'm
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, she is the founder of Hello Again. Y'all, I'm telling you, she has a story like no other, and I'm excited that she is going to share it with us. She is Dominique McFarland. How are you, Dominique?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, Michael. This is such an honor and a joy, and I appreciate you sharing your audience with me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I must say, we met over the summer. Over the summer, and we had a conference in Florence, South Carolina. And when you were on that panel and you were telling your story, I'm like, yeah, let's have her on, because again, it's just a story of survival. It's a story of, I feel, not overcoming, but kind of dealing with it as life continues to happen. So let's get started. Let's go all the way back to the summer of 2016. What happened? What happened leading up to the course of the event that happened?
Okay. Well, back in July, actually the exact date is July 6, 2016, which is my oldest son's birthday. We made a decision a few weeks prior to head to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for him to celebrate his 17th birthday. My oldest son he's a water boy. He always loved the ocean. So of course, all of my other children were ecstatic about it. The water has always been so serene for us, and a place just for me, for refuge, and just seeing that ocean is always a constant reminder. If God can do this, certainly everything else in your life he can handle. So the ocean has always been one of my favorite places to go along with my children. So this particular summer, again, he decided to go for his 17th birthday. He actually had a choice whether he wanted to go teach band camp or not, because he was such a musician and he loved music and drums and things of that nature, to the point where he became a teacher and he volunteered his time to do those things. So I asked him it was the day before, you sure you want to go to the beach for your birthday? I know you got your band camp and things of that nature, or we can go-kart ride and laser tag, which was another hour in the opposite direction, but he insisted the ocean was what he wanted to do. So normally we celebrate birthdays big in my house. We love birthdays. I love birthdays. So I put that into my children, because I felt like, you should celebrate your life no matter what. If you don't have plans, put some balloons up somewhere, get a cake. So this particular morning I got up and I went to each one of my kids when their birthday come in. I sing to them. So I was just singing like I normally do, singing the happy birthday song, and I always put a little remix or something in it to suit them, kind of like customize it a little bit. And I was singing it, and when he woke up, he was different. He was acting different. He appreciated, I could tell, but it was funny. He had like a sadness to him. He wasn't being himself. And I said, "You sure you want to go?" He said, "Yeah, Mom, I want to go." I said, "Okay. Well, your brother and your sister will be here in a little bit, and we all gonna go." They were off getting some confetti and some silly strings for inside of the car as we rolled down it so we could celebrate. So they came. Long story short, we got in the car and headed towards Myrtle Beach. When we got on the way down there, we sung songs. It was good, but it wasn't like it normally would be. And later on, I realized why. But anyway, we made it down there. The first stop we made was at TGI Fridays to eat. And both my sons and my oldest daughter, they were acting really strange. And I had a 1-year-old at the time. So I kept asking them, were they okay? Y'all, is everything okay? And it was like, yeah, we appreciate it. And I was reading on Facebook the different messages that were coming in telling him happy birthday at the time. So we decided to eat and enjoy ourselves. And I still noticed they were kind of somber. It was really strange. So we got in the car and we needed to make a stop because my baby boy said that he wanted to get a hotel room. And I said, well, no, we're going to go right back home. We're only an hour away. We're not going to stay over so that they could swim all day. So we decided not to do that. I decided not to do that. And we went to the walk on the beach. Lo and behold, on the left, I saw free parking. And we had just stopped by the store so that I could get changed for the parking space. Normally we'll head on down and park, and you have to pay for parking. But I saw where it said free parking, so I decided to pull in. I saw a sign that said it had the Riptide Currents, the flags to let you know if it's a high tide, dangerous, whatever the case was. But this particular sign said green, which means go. It's okay. It was safe. It wasn't bad at all. And so my oldest son was getting the things out of the trunk of the car. And I was like, well, I got it. You go ahead. And he was like, no, Mom, I'm not going to let you get the bags and all of that by yourself. He was such a gentleman this particular day. He always was a gentleman. So he grabbed our belongings, set everything up on the beach. And my baby boy came back to me and he said, can I take Vale, which was his little sister at the time. She was 1. I said, no, she's too small to go out there with you guys. Y'all go ahead. So strangely, all 3 of my oldest children were going in the water and they all turned around simultaneously to wave. It was really weird. So I was just waving. I said, go ahead, enjoy yourself. It wasn't far at all, maybe from the sand, not even midway, really close where if I wanted to run out, I could. So they were standing on what I know now is a sandbar, and the sandbar collapsed. And when the sandbar collapsed, a wave was coming in. I didn't know anything about riptides at the time or riptide currents. And the sandbar collapsed that they all 3 were standing on, and they began to drift out to sea. And I knew that it was strange for them not to listen to me because they were very obedient children. So I was just telling them to come back in, and their faces looked like they had horror on it. And I kept seeing them doing this, but at first I thought they were waving, but what they were doing was fanning for help because the wave came in and took them so far out, they started kind of separating. My daughter was on the end, my daughter was in the middle, my oldest son was on one end, and my baby boy was on this end. And they began to separate and float further and further out to sea. So all of a sudden, at that time, everybody went into a panic. And a lady ran up to me and she said, are those your children? I said, yes, ma'am, those are my children. She said, well, somebody needs to call 911. I said, I'm on it right now. I was already en route, running up to get my phone. And as I was turned my back just that quick to dial 911, all 3 of them had disappeared. I didn't see none of them anymore. And so that wave took them all the way from one end of the beach to the other. And as I was running down the beach, I could see, I saw one of the most lovable things that I've ever seen in my life, and I hadn't seen it since, of this wonderful display of love in such a time of horror for me. All these people came out of nowhere and they created a human chain. And they started from the sand all the way as further as they could get without, endangering themselves to try to save my children. Lo and behold, my baby boy, they didn't find him. And my daughter, they had already pulled her to shore. Somebody had a boogie board and they were able to save her. And a gentleman risked his life. I don't know who he is to this day, to bring my son in. But when he brought my son in, it was too late. He had already transitioned, and my baby boy, they never recovered him. They never found him. So on July 6th, which was my oldest son's 17th birthday, we lost both our sons, ages 12 and 17, on that particular day, but they were able to save our daughter.
Just hearing it again, it still gives me goosebumps. Okay. How did you live through this? You lost 2 children that day. How did you live through this?
Hi there, I am Lolita Molina. I am an actress, author, advocate, if you will, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, we're here to inform, educate, and inspire. So those persons that really don't usually get a platform to share their stories, they come on our show and have a conversation. Celebrating 300 shows from ABC 15, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski, and for Community Spotlight Series, we have the founder of Caffeine Cafe, Think Fam, Terrence Seeger stops by. Don't miss it, Think Fam, 300 shows, next Finkley, Monday. Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you.
You, the Nicole Jennings.
You know everybody wants to hear the song.
Yeah, come on, you know.
I'm not singing the song!
Oh God.
Headline, Christmas Princess turns Grinch. Take a break. Hey, you haven't been home for the holidays in years.
A break, huh?
There is my baby. How long are you staying?
I don't know, but I need a little break.
Come on, like anybody can say no to your mama.
Oh, so you were eavesdropping.
Or like drawn to the sound of your voice.
The Christmas Choir Classic.
It's like the church's Super Bowl. And you can get the choir in shape to win.
Nicole, this is perfect. You can get some positive community service popping off on social media.
Winning should be a cinch.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
That little group of misfits you're running over there, that's not it. Seems like you've got your hands full. I like to win.
And now, after all these years, you show up when it's most convenient for you?
I'm not doing any good here. I'm trying to be better.
I love this choir. They're my people.
I've got to help them. It's just been a while since Christmas was special to me because it's normally about work. Now it feels magical again.
did you live through this? You lost 2 children that day. How did you live through this?
It's my faith, because I honestly, Mike, I gotta say this. I'm surprised a lot of days that I am sane, even though I have faith. And it's all God. It's a strength that I can't describe. You know how the word says that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I didn't know what that really meant until I have to live it from day to day. And I remember sitting on the floor after this happened in September, and I said, God, you got to give me something. You got to give me something to deal with this pain, because I lost both my sons, 2 personalities. They brought life in 2 different ways to our household at the time. My son was a percussionist. He just got nominated and elected as the lead percussionist for his senior year, but didn't get to make it to his senior year. This happened the summer of his junior year, going back to be a senior that summer. So he didn't even get a chance to experience what he worked so hard for. My baby boy, he was a baller. He could ball his tail off. His number was number 3 because he couldn't get 23, because they said something about Michael Jordan. Nobody could wear that number. So he got number 3. So I was just thinking about so much that they brought to the table. And back to what I was saying, with that type of pain, I was like, God, you got to do something. So I grabbed my laptop one September evening, and I said, I'm going to create just a little group. Maybe I can post it on Facebook to see if it's anybody out there who have lost multiples or lost a child, period. And we can kind of help each other get through this. So I uploaded a video to YouTube about my experience and of what happened, just reaching out to encourage somebody else that may be feeling what I was feeling. And so the next morning when I woke up, after I created the Facebook page for the group, it was, oh my God, well over between 200 and 500 people in one night. And I couldn't understand. I was like, is this many people lost children? Lo and behold, it was happening so fast. And everybody was encouraging. I had heard about the story because it had spread so far. It made national news, and it was just unbelievable, the support and how many people that did lose multiples and didn't have a home, nowhere to go to voice their opinion or what they felt. So I created a nonprofit organization on Facebook called Hello Again. And we're now a family where we support each other and help each other through this. And that's how I got, it's 7 years now. It was 7 years this year, July 6th. So that's how I got from then to now, just my faith and seeing that if this lady or this man could get through what they went through, surely I can do the same thing. So we've been kind of pouring into each other just to make it through each day. That's how I got all the way down here today, is through the help and love and prayers of other people.
And you know, it's amazing, because sometimes when we go through different things in life, we think that we're by ourselves. But when we put ourselves out there and say, hey, this is what I'm going through, we have that collective that comes and says, I'm going through this too. And that forms community, that forms family. And I'm so glad you did this. And again, 7 years later, here you are, and you're still this family. You're still this community that is so needed, especially in this day and time.
Yes.
How do you all continue to comfort one another? In what ways do you do this?
We have a card ministry. We serve families in just about every state now, virtually. Every third Monday, we have prayer on our Hello Again conference call line for anybody who want to join in and listen to the prayer. We open up with scripture and we break it down. We use a biblical approach with practical things, because sometimes you got to see, to know where you're going. You got to see the activities that we do. You got to participate in your own healing. I say that all the time. So the card ministry, we just send out cards to our parents and families. When someone first loses a child, we go in teams or record numbers to be supportive during the setting up week. Because I remember what we experienced, whether we're taking food or we choose to pay one of their bills, their household bills for that particular month. And we try to take whatever load we can take off, whatever we can do to serve in that time. That's what we do. My favorite, beyond the events that we have annual gala every year, and different big events every year at the high school or whoever will let us utilize their space so that these families can fly in and come together in one location to love and just love and hug on each other, because that's what get us through. So our in-person fellowships are my favorite because it's more intimate. This Saturday we have one coming up, a workshop fellowship, and our theme is blind faith. So we just do a bunch of activities so we can see how this thing goes. Even when you're about to give up or you're discouraged, you can see that you're not by yourself. It's a sister and brotherhood. It's not just for the mothers, but the fathers as well. So we just lean on each other as much as we can. We just started Hello Again in Nigeria and Uganda. We have mothers over there as well. They're hosting their own Hello Again fellowships. We have partnerships with a funeral home as well, being their aftercare specialist, which we are so proud of, because it's so hard, because people don't know what to do after the funeral is over. What's next? Nobody teach you the next steps of what to do. What tools do I use when I'm going out of my mind in the middle of the night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, when I can't breathe? What do I do? We're good at giving people just the surface stuff, but we don't never take the time to dig deeper. It's more to it. So now we're involved in the community as far as mental health as well, to help people deal with their mind and the way that they're thinking and the way that, they see themselves, because sometimes we learn so many things in our childhood that's not helpful in our adult life, like suck it up, stop crying so much, or suppress our feelings. And you got to first uproot all that old stuff to be able to get the divine, authentic healing that you need. It's my mission, and I feel like it's my place right now to give grief a language, a healthy language. We can learn to grieve in a healthy way. You will not lose your mind if you know where you're going and if you know who you serve. God is a healer. And I'm sitting here as a living witness to say that I am sane because of him. Now, it's not my job to convert anybody to believe what I believe, but you can't deny my existence or me sitting here in my right mind in no other way. It speaks for itself. So I just want to make sure that I am a vessel and that my son's legacy go on through Hello Again in order to help more people. This is how I give them a heartbeat on this side. And we run this nonprofit through donations and sponsorships with businesses and people just giving and pouring on a monthly basis so that we can continue to help the families that need to be helped.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. You turned something that society says is bad, right? And we feel that it's bad in the moment, but you turn it into something beautiful because now you're helping others. And again, yes, we need that in 2023. You mentioned, going back a little bit, you mentioned that morning you saw some different signs in your kids, because a mom knows their children. You saw different signs in your children. Did you ever think back when after things happened, did you go back and think back and say, the signs were there?
Yeah, actually, I did, Michael. I did, because I asked God a question one day. See, I'm very raw when it comes to my relationship with God. A lot of people say, you can't ask God questions. Why not? He can handle your questions. He's not intimidated or afraid of the questions that you have, because he was there the whole time. So I'm very candid with my relationship with God. And I asked him, I said, why did you let this sneak up on me? I paid my tithes. I took them to church. I anointed them with oil. I covered them in the morning before they went to school. We taught the Bible study. We did all of these things, and this still happened. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you warn me of this? And it was months, maybe 2 years later, when I finally got the answer. See, sometimes the answer don't always come when you want it to come. It comes gradually over time. And he reminded me of the flashbacks when my son had the dream that he was in his high school and the school filled with water. And he was the only one not afraid, and a bright light came. That was letting me know that something was to come. I had a dream of a tsunami 3 years prior to that overtook my entire family on the beach, and we were holding on to poles and the wind was blowing, and God said, I gave you the power to speak to the elements. That was another sign. I didn't understand it now. Well, at the time I didn't understand it. And then My baby boy asked about heaven all the time. He was fascinated. He was curious about the rays of the sun shining in the field. He said, does that mean that souls going to heaven? Peculiar questions. So as I began to think about these things, and even their father, he had a dream similar, where we had a yard full of people. And so all of this stuff start clicking over time. I was like, God, you didn't let it sneak up on me. You were preparing me then, but life sometimes is noisy. And you can't always get settled within yourself and hear like you're supposed to. But God promised He'd never leave us nor forsake us, and He is our comforter. And He don't let anything just sneak up on you. We don't serve a God like that. So my answer came. I saw the signs, they did happen, and thank God. My daughter shared something with me that'll take me through this the rest of my life. Even though I cry a lot of days, I'm hurt, I'm still heartbroken, and it has nothing to do with my faith. I'm still a believer, but I'm pissed off at the same time. I'm still angry. I still worship. I still love God, but I'm pissed off at the same time. I'm still a grieving mother. I'm still a normal, abiding citizen, but I'm pissed off at the same time. See, you got to be honest about where you are and participate in your own healing by being transparent. So that's what I find myself doing a lot. And my daughter shared this thing with me. She said, when we was in that water, because think back, I was telling you, I covered my children every morning before they went to school, and I prayed. And I remember telling them when they were little kids, when you're in trouble, call on Jesus and He'll come. Well, while they was in the water, I couldn't hear them. And my daughter was the only living other person besides them three. She said all of a sudden the water got quiet, and she could hear both of my sons and herself that were calling on Jesus over and over again, saying, Jesus, save us, Jesus, save us. And that thing snatched something in my soul. It quickened me. I said, my God. And when she said that, the Lord was answering me. I did what you asked me to do. It just didn't look the way you wanted it to look. I saved them. I did. You poured into them, and when it counted the most, they knew what to do. See, when my oldest son was 17 on that particular day, see, he was accountable for his own sins at that time. And when you look at the age difference, God is so good. My other son was 12, just shy of 13, of 8, becoming of age. My oldest son had yet made it to 18, so it was so much grace in between it. And if you're a believer, you know what I'm saying. 18, we're accountable for our actions when you know right from wrong, but they was just underneath certain things when it comes to that. And I can't get into it now, but I believe that the Lord heard their cry, and everything they ever done, He took it as an act of repentance right then, and He cleansed them immediately. And I believe God walked down that water, and He walked them home, and He saved them. And it took me a few years for that thing to click, that everything I asked God to do, yes, I would love for them to be here with me now. Yes, I miss them as these holidays are coming in. But when they hollered to God to save them, they didn't say, Mama, help, Daddy, help. None of that. They said Jesus, and He did just what He said. He saved their souls in an instant and took them home. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, God.
So good to know Him.
Yeah.
So good to know Him. You said you were pissed off. Where you're pissed off. Are you pissed at God, or it's just is it just a feeling of
both? I've been angry at God a lot because I said, God, you said if I call you, you will come. And I asked you to do a thing when my son was laying lifeless on that sand. I asked you to raise him up. And because I'm still in this human flesh, and sometimes your head and your heart and your spirit ain't all coming in alignment sometimes. And at that time, I was a mother, a grieving mother. And I was hurt and I was broken because I did all the right things and it didn't manifest the way that I thought that it should. And I have my times where I tell God, now I'm so mad at you still. I'm so angry. And He can handle that. And then I turn around and say, but God, I love you. And I still worship you, and I still believe, and I still love you, and you still get all the glory, even in the midst of it. So He can handle my anger. He can handle me being pissed off, so I give it to Him. And it's not a one-time thing. See, that's what we mess up when it comes to our healing. We think we can do a one and done. No, I have to choose this every day, not to be angry, to forgive God for what I thought should have been. And to whatever else come along, you have to do this every day. You have to choose to live every day. You have to choose to wipe your tears every day and find hope and purpose in what your children represented. And that's not easy to do, but it can be done because I'm doing it every day.
And I'm so glad that you're doing it every day, because other people now look to you through Hello Again. Other people now look up to you as that example, for them to go on to the next minute, the next hour, to the next day. What's next? What's next for you? What's next for your family? What's next for Hello Again?
Well, we have been in the planning stages. Like I said, we have been approached for some important partnerships coming up. We're getting so many people that are inboxing and asking, hey, I had lost a child, but I want to utilize the tools and techniques that y'all are using because I'm seeing my aunt feel better all of a sudden. Something is happening that wasn't happening before. And we want to utilize those tools. So we're trying to right now expand it for people who have lost in general, and also keep the side of a child loss as well. So we're expanding to help more souls and more people by the grace of God. And what's next for my family, what I'm looking for myself personally, is peace and home, that feeling of home again, because I feel homeless. I feel like I'm in a land where I don't belong because my life has been turned upside down and ripped to shreds, and it don't look like what it was before. So I'm still on this journey trying to find my way home, and I'm doing that one day at a time until the Lord calls me home. But I still know that there is some things on this side of heaven that belongs to me. So I'm looking forward to that. And I tell God all the time, I know you hadn't forgotten. So I'm excited to see the continued restoration for myself and for my family as well, and for Hello Again to expand. My baby boy said this one key thing to his dad. He said, Daddy, I want to be like Steph Curry, but more than anything, I want the world to know my name. And I say this all the time, with every breath in my body, the world is going to know Michael McFarland and Marquise McFarland. They're going to know their names through Hello Again, and it's already happening.
Already happening. It's already happening. We say, I feel that we say things in life, even now, right? We say things in life, but we don't know how they're going to happen, right? We don't know how they're going to live out, but we know that with God, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect, and He does things perfectly. So I thank you so much for your strength, your faith, and your determination, again, to not only help self, but to also help others. How can we find you on social media and learn more about Hello Again?
You can go to Facebook and type in Hello Again. And also we have a community page, Hello Again too. Our profile on that page is a rainbow. If you haven't lost kids and you want to keep up with what we're doing in the community, you can do so that way. Also, we have Cash App, $ Hello Again, Dominique. If you want to be a blessing and continue to help us with this nonprofit organization, help more people, you can also give through paypal.me/Hello Again. And also our P.O. boxes, P.O. Box 12184, Florence, South Carolina 29505. And we're also on Instagram as Hello Again as well.
All right, you heard it here. Thank you so much, Dominique McFarland, for being with us and sharing your story of strength, determination, and courage, but also lending a helping hand to your fellow man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Think Fam, don't go away. Back in a moment.
Down the fast lane. Hey y'all, I'm artist Billy Stonecipher, and you're watching the Michael Finkley Show. Like a freight train down the fast lane, we're coming.
Looking for some of the best soul food right here in Mullen, South Carolina? I promise you, come on down to Garden Alley.
Our grape salad's fabulous, her water gate, her potato salad, her chicken is fresh, macaroni and cheese is salted to perfection. I haven't found anything that's not great. Best ever.
banana pudding, cakes, pies. Yeah. Selection is huge. Garden Alley is an awesome place to eat. I really love it.
Come by and see the amazing staff at Garden Alley, downtown Mullins.
Oh, my bad.
I thought you wanted some secret promotion.
Secret promotion? What's that?
It's a company that we make everything that you want.
What you mean, anything?
Like, you know how you walk around like you're blank?
Yeah.
Shake it off your shirt.
What you mean?
Take this off your cup. Secret promotions.
Wait, y'all just did this?
Just that quick.
Hey, y'all, wait, hold on. So y'all can do anything real fast?
Secret promotion.
Can y'all put a logo on it?
Say we can. Secret promotion. We can do anything fast, anything in a hurry. Secret promotion.
It's very creative. Wait, I didn't do that. I didn't know that. Y'all move fast like that.
That's how we act. We have a blue cup right there. It's the blue pill.
Wait, how y'all got the same cup?
I already got the same cup for you. It's already made for you.
Secret promotion.
Secret promotion.
We got nerd toys, baby. He can't make this pen have nothing on it right now.
Yes, he can. Watch the motion.
If
he already know. And tell him secret promotions, correct?
Hold on. Y'all move fast. Hold on. I got some. You can't put your logo on this right now. If secret promotion, that means y'all
just. Can you rip me out the plastic?
You want it on there? We'll put it on there.
Turn it over. Now y'all can brand new. SecretPromotion.com. Make sure y'all go shop. Get anything we need. Secret Promotion.
Hey everybody, this is Ronald Richardson. I'm the founder and CEO of the Exit Strategy LLC, and you are tuned in watching the Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, we're here to inform, educate, and inspire. So those persons that really don't usually get a platform to share their stories, they come on our show and have a conversation. Celebrating 300 shows from ABC 15, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski, and for Community Spotlight Series, we have the founder of Caffeine Cafe, Think Fam, Terrence Seeger stops by. Don't miss it, Think Fam, 300 shows, next Finkley, Monday.